Tell us about where the name Fountain Tattoo came about.
It's my last name. Yeah, people ask that all the time, but Fountain. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we should cut the too much information.
We won't reveal your first name.
All right.
I think inherently people just do it. I think something about the internet is like this weird and we're all doing some like miniature version of the Truman Project. Like,
I don't know. I like perform all the time. I feel like it's, I don't know what it is.
Oh my God, yeah. I definitely feel like I kind of have to be like the goofy Gen Z, like TikToker, always quoting TikToks and always be very like, yes, slay mama, boost the house down.
it's definitely bizarre. I think like no matter what, you're not always like showing your full self, even no matter like how authentic you try to be. And it's healthy. Like I don't think you should really like be forced to do that.
I personally like the idea of creating a persona to market myself, especially because I did reality TV and I did some contestant shows and stuff like that. I honestly, naturally am a very reserved person, so I feel like stepping into this character kind of like gives me, it's so weird, but I feel like I need permission from myself to be outrageous.
There's a lot of value to presenting yourself in a very real way, but I think what you portray in your social media kind of has to be distilled down to a more narrow range so that you're not just all over the place, as everyone is in their lives.
I feel like as a tattooer, you kind of do hold a specific image that I think is really important to keep up with and not like do everything in your power to not f it up. I have like such a high respect for like tattooing, like myself and like my clients, and I wouldn't want someone to like get a tattoo from me and then like get icked by me and then like get icked by their tattoo and then, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think anyone should create a persona. I think you should be a personality. And we're lucky as artists, you could just be yourself and do whatever you want and not really have to fit in some corporate mold. So I think normally you can just let your true weird colors fly, which is pretty cool.
But I mainly do it for the comfort of like my clients so they can have a really fun time too. Just because a lot of them are also like newcomers and like this might be like their third or fourth tattoo and they've only ever had like bad experiences. So like I feel like the persona I put on kind of helps them kind of like take away the seriousness and like the scariness of like going into a shop. And so like I keep hearing like really scary stories of that and like how they're super uncomfortable. So I definitely have to put up like a persona on for those people to be a little bit more comforted.
Given the fact that tattooing's so huge on Instagram, people like know me by my Instagram name, which is Thomas J Inc. and I go by T.
Hey, are you Foolproof Bloom?
Ain't that Omar from Instagram?
You know, sometimes there's people that have like a name that's so well known and then you get to meet them in person and you're like, what's their real name?
You know, when people call me Curls, I want to die.
My Instagram handle is supposed to be a pun on my name, like Dunya, Doomya, like Doom. And a lot of people just think that's my name.
My Instagram name is Sarah Ruthless, which came from my middle name being Ruth. So it's like, oh, I'm Sarah Ruthless, and it sounds intimidating. So maybe people are expecting something more intimidating.
I was gonna be named Crystal or Zoe. Can you see me as a Zoe? Can you kind of see it?
So it used to be like diamond dagger tattoo, but I was like, that sounds so serious.
As I came up in tattooing and I heard old school tattoo names like Sailor Jerry and like these cool little like things, I wanted to create one for myself. So 15 years ago, I came up with Jack Valentine because it just sounded rad to me. And I always wanted to be named Jack when I was a kid. And so that was my alias, you know, and I put it on business cards and I did sign some paintings with it. It never stuck. It was like a 2-month period, but Jack Valentine.
Remember that one time you lied to that customer and told him that we call you Big Mac?
Yeah.
That's a kind of an old school thing though. Everyone used to have a name, you know?
When I started doing tattoo conventions, older artists or artists that knew my mentor would come up to me and be like, why would you call yourself that, man? That's a terrible nickname. You know, people are gonna think you're a terrible tattoo artist. And I was like, I know, it's just my last name.
Nick the Tailor is a moniker that I got when I was apprenticing under this like old school dude. They said like you have to have a nickname or else no one's gonna remember who you are. At the time, I thought that was kind of silly. And nowadays I look at it and it's essentially like you need to create a brand.
When I kind of went out on my own and I was like, well, it's just me, I'm gonna open a shop. I'm gonna call it The Butcher, but how I'm going to do it is very clean, very pop, bright colors, no, knives and blood and gore and horror type stuff. There's just like complete contrast to what you think The Butcher might be. And we did some like butcher themed stuff and some deli cases and stuff like that. And it was really popular because 50% of the people that walked by the shop would be like, what a terrible name for a tattoo shop. And the other 50% would say, oh, this is super cool, I want to come in and check it out. So it never got ignored, which is what you want in art, and it was great. It was successful for 13 years, and we closed it in December.
Do you feel the need to create a persona to market yourself?
I used to, because I was, for a lack of a better word, bullied into thinking that to be a specific type of artist, you need to have a persona. But lately, I'm proud to say that 80% of my clientele are returning clienteles. I become really good real-life friends with about half of them. And that has taught me not to, because if I'm just genuine, if I put my art out there and if I'm just who I am, I don't need to create that persona. It's just, it's me.
I think the best personas are just the most authentic to who you are. Creating one is a really dangerous path to go down, because if someone can tell that it's fake, you're immediately shooting yourself in the foot. So I just, the simple be yourself is really the way to be.
I don't think I need to create a persona. I think the more authentic I can be in my work, like obviously I'm representing, more like my Mexican roots or like the time that I spent in California, like that. I don't think I need to create a persona because that's who I am,
There's people out there that are like me, that like what I'm doing. So I don't think that, if anything, I feel like I've been able to be more myself because of social media and because of how encouraging a lot of social media can be. I don't think that there's anything that's like overly amplified or overly downplayed about myself, but I think that I was able to find a community of people that are like me through being on social media.
You're being yourself.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think so. The work speaks for itself. To me, it's a gimmick type of thing. Like if your work is a little, subpar, then you might need a persona.
I think more so your work will always speak for you. I don't think you have to look good or anything to be it's your work that will speak for you at the end of the day.
I personally work really hard not to create a persona. I am always trying to navigate this content or projection of myself that is absolutely as true and as real as I could possibly be. I want to attract people that like my tattoos, but like my creativity because of the person that I am. And at the same time, it's a little bit risky maybe to be so open and vulnerable with people. But I feel like the connection that is made with people is much deeper and much more inspiring for both of us.
If you were to give each other a monarch or a fake tattoo name, what would you give each other?
No, you would be Amari from Instagram.
That's how boring you're gonna be about this?
Yeah, that's hilarious that people say that.
Well, I would call myself Chocolate Dynamite, but Anna, what would I call you?
It's Crystal Geyser.
I was gonna be named Crystal. Can you kind of see it?
Oh. And Anna's would be Crystal Geyser. That's it. There we go.
You guys sound like a crime-fighting duo.
Or strippers.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny. I've taken a lot of pictures of myself like post-cry just because I think it's so funny, but I don't really put them anywhere really. I've done that a lot right after I throw up or something too, if I'm sick or really drunk. I think it's so funny to get the smile turn toilet bowl photo and just send that out to some friends and be like, good morning. But yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to change my name to Salami Mommy recently, but it's taken in all forms of it.